on this computer? Okay, guys, could you focus with me, please? Guys, we are starting. Okay, I will go through DB very quickly. I am importing Mongoose. I'm importing .inf and Adel. Please be careful with this one. Try to check if you are doing the same here. We are importing .inf. We are importing pass and their name from pass. We are importing file URL to pass from URLs, and we are creating our the full path to the file name, which will be file path to URL. That's okay. Then that's the path to my config here. And then I need to say .inv.config. The path here, it will be path.join path. And then I need two dot here. And after that, I will need .inv. So you need to do it because we need to go out from the config folder. Then we will go to .inv. After that, I'm just mango.connect process.inf connection URL. We are logging successfully. That should be fine. If I go to the index quickly, I have course, I have .inv express and cookie parser. I am importing my connect to DB. And after that, I'm importing my logger, which is my middleware. I'm importing user route and book route. We are just initializing or loading environment variable. We're defining our port. We are connecting to our database and we initializing express. I repeat yesterday, I'm just going very quickly. So after that, we have course, and in course, I'm saying here, I will accept only the request from HTTP localhost 5173, and that will be my front end here. A credential true. Remember when I send a request from the front end, I will use Axios, and here, credential true, I also need to pass credential true. Other than that, it will not work. Then I'm parsing JSON, URL encoded, cookie parser. I'm using my logger. Then API, I'm using user route and book route. And I have my handle 404. I am sending JSON. Then I'm handling the error. I am sending JSON as well. And that should be fine, everything here. Now, if we go to route, the book route, we already have all of them. That should be nice. The user route, we have 3 of them, which will register, log in, and log out, which should be fine. Let's go to our module quickly. I need to import Mongoose, and after that, I will just say const book schema is equal to new mongoose.schema. Remember, mongoose.schema is the class. That's the reason why I'm making an instance here. I need to pass my different field here. I have title, type string, require true, author, category, and image. After that, I need to say const book, and that is my module. It's equal to mongoose.module. And here I need to pass the name of the module, and it must be capitalized, book capitalized. It must be single and capitalized. I'm passing my book schema, then I'm exporting books. That should be fine. For the user, it should be the same idea. And now all I need to do, my job should be now inside the controller. So if I go to user, for some reason, see, I don't have the code. I don't know why. So I'm gonna import GWT, bcrypt, and validate email, validate password, and also I have another function which is called what is it called? Match password. So I need to import match password, match password, and also I need to. This one here is uppercase P actually, and here also it's uppercase P. No. Okay, what else do I need here? I need to import.
It's match passwords.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Match password, match password. Come on, S and S. And here I need to import also. What do I need to import? Import hash, right? Hash password. Do I need something else? So I have GWT bcrypt, validate everything, should be fine. I'm importing my module, should be fine. Now in register, some reason I don't have the code, so I will just say a name, email. No, I don't have name actually here. It will just be name, email, password, and repassword, right? Yes, no? I'll grab it from the body, and after that, I will try to check if the user exists. Here we just say, let me delete this one. I will go very quickly because we already explained this one, but for some reason, I don't know, I don't have the code. Check if user already exists here, and here I can just say const user exist. Come on, exist. Now here I can just use await, and I can use my module user, and I can use dot find. How much? Find one. And here in my filter object, I can pass my email here. Now, if the key and value are the same, I can just pass one of them, so it will be fine. Now here, when I'm trying to register, if the user exists, what should I do? Of course, I need to send status 400. That means it's user or error user already exists. And I can just say, please log in. Okay, if the user does not exist, I don't need the else statement, so I can just validate email password, and match password. So I can just say here const is valid email, and I can use my function, and here just say const is valid password, password. I can use the same, and here I can choose is password match or does password match. I can use this one. Now, if all of them are true, what should I do? If is valid password, is valid email first, and is valid password, and is password match. Actually, it should be are password match, not is password match, but it's okay. And here, what do I need to do? Well, in this case, I need to hash my password. So let me get rid of this one. I'm hashing my password. I don't need to use await. Can anyone tell me why I don't need to use await? Because in hash password, if I go to this one, I'm using hash password sync. That means the code here is synchronous code, not asynchronous code. So I do not need await. After I hash my password, now I need to create a new user. So I can just say const new user, it's equal to new user like that. And after that, now I can just save the user. What should I do after that? What should I do? Do I need to create token here or not? I am in register. Do I need to create token? No, I don't need. So maybe I can just say res.status. What will be the status here? Status here, it will be 201 because I'm creating user, and I say user registered successfully like that. That should be fine, I suppose. Of course, if the email or the password, one of them is not valid here, so I'm going to send status 400, and I can just add a message here, say email or password is not valid, and I can just remove this guy here. Email or password, invalid email or password, that's it. Oh. Sorry?
So you don't put a new user.
So in because we are sending a JSON, we have a message. So this one is a message. I need to create an object. Okay. Because I'm sending a JSON, it must be an object, as you can see, object. So that's the key, that's a message here. Is that your question, Rodika? Again. Yeah, you can use user create if you want to. Again.
User register successfully.
Which line? User register successfully and?
The new user.
Yeah, but now what I can do here, if I don't want that, I can, instead of that, send a new user if I want to. Like that? It's really depend what's the requirement here. I can do a lot of stuff here. So it's not like 1 + 1 is equal to 2. No, I can send a message say user is created. I can send the new user. Okay. That should be fine. I'll get rid of all of that. Now let's go to login quickly and fix the login as well. It looks like I don't have the login. I can use also try and catch quickly. So I'm going to use try and catch. If I have an error, of course, I'm going to send status 500 message error.message. Let's just keep it this way. I will have email and password here. And here I need to check if the user exists or not, right? Check if user exists. It will be the same. I can just say const user exists. And here it will be await. I can now use my module, which is user should be uppercase here. User.find one. And in here, I can just pass my emails. That should be fine. But first, I need to fix this problem. Voila. So here, if the user does not exist, what should I do? If the user does not exist, what should I do? I'm trying to log in. If the user does not exist, what should I do? Well, I will send status 400 and tell the user that this email does not exist. Please register, for example. That should be fine here. But of course, if the user exists now, what do I need to do? If the user exists, what should I do? That means I have the email. I need to now to validate password. So I need to validate the password. What's the problem is you asleep? So here I can use bcrypt. Where is my bcrypt? bcrypt.compare. And voila, and here a password and user exists.password. And here I will remove this one result. I'll make it is valid, something like that. If my keyboard work, valid, voila. Okay, I have something here, some problem here, which I do not know what it is. Expect comma. Yeah. What's the problem here? Yeah, I forgot to close this one simply. And that should be good. Let's go back to compare here. If I have an error, of course, I can just if error. So I can just send status 400 as well, message.message. That's first, I'm using return here. Now, if is valid, that means the password is valid. I can just, if is valid, not this one. If it's valid, then what should I do? If the password is valid, what should I do? Now I need to create token. So I can just say const token, it's equal to gwt.sign. Let me close it. And now here in sign, I need to pass an object, which will be a user. So let me just say user exist. I will take user exist. And the second parameter here, it must be process dot, which will be my secret key, process.end.secret key, but I don't know what do I name it. So let's go here. No, it's token secret. So let's go here. And here should be this one. I don't need anything else, so let me remove this comma, and I don't need this one even. And yeah, what's the problem here? Process. Yeah, but here this user must be inside an object. So that should be good. And look like I have extra stuff here. And here, let's just close it. Voila, now it should be fine, I suppose. For some reason, it's not fine because I think I have one extra. Voila. Okay, I've created my token. After I created my token, what should I do? I need to create a cookie. How can I create a cookie? Well, res.status here, token HTTP. I will name it token. I will not do this guy here, production. I'm not gonna check that. I'm gonna take this guy up. And after that, I'm gonna take this guy up. Voila. After the user is logged in, what should I do now? Here, all I have to do now, I send the response to res.status 200, logged in successfully, and yeah, I don't need the token really. So let me remove the token. That should be okay. If it's not valid here, I can also do something else. I can say here the password is not correct, simply invalid credentials. That's it. What the hell is going on here? Oh yeah, I did not close this one. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, I need to log out. Good morning. So to log out, all I need to do, I need just to clear the cookies. And after that here, I don't need really try. I can just clear the cookies. That's it, log out successfully. And if there is an error, I can send this message here. I really don't need that. I can just, this one does not need to be a sync actually. And here I don't need a try and catch really, because I'm just trying to clear something. That's it. Voilà. Okay, what's the problem here? Let's see. Catch, where is it? In user.js, line 93. Where is line 93? Yeah, but line 93, I don't think I have any problem. No, that was the old one. So yeah, user is finished. Let's close this one, close this one. Let's go to the book quickly. So in books here, wait, book.find. I'm just sending my book, that's okay. I'm trying now to get one book, that should be fine. And now here, create book, I will need to book.create, and that should be fine. And after that, you are saving. Update, it should be, actually update, maybe I can use something else here. Delete should be fine. Let me modify this. So if I want to update a book, what should I do? I can just say const updated book is equal to await, and now here I can use book dot. Do we have update one? We do have update one, right? Now here in update one, I need to pass the filter array, which will be underscore ID, and after that here, now I can use set, or I can pass the new value. You remember how to use set? So I need $sign, and then here I need set, and after that I need to pass my my stuff here. That should be fine. And after that here, I just what I can do here, I can just say if updated book. No, yes, and here let's just do else. I am sending the book updated successfully. That should be fine. For delete book, also I'm gonna delete this one here. What I can do to delete book, so I can just say const deleted book. Deleted book, it's equal to book dot delete one, and here I can pass the ID, and that should be okay, like that, I suppose. Here, same idea here. If no deleted book, I can just send status 404, because that means I don't have the book. If there is, I can just say book delete successfully. That should be fine. Now my backend should work at least. I'm not gonna test it. That should be fine. Let's move directly now to the front end. So I'm gonna close this one, and I'm going to open the whole project. And my project was book burn, if I'm not mistaken. Voila. And in the front end, I think I already have some stuff, so I'm gonna delete them. So let me delete all these components. Click, delete that. In app.js, I don't have anything, and here I need to just clean some stuff. Let's clean everything actually, and just type hello here. And here I don't need that for now. In main, that's it. I have this browser router also. I'm gonna delete it. We can now do everything from scratch. And voila. Okay, guys. Now, first for the front end, I need to make sure my backend is running. How can I make sure my backend is running? So I need to cd into backend, right? And then here I need to say npm run dev, and my backend is running, as you can see. And I need to create a new terminal, and this new terminal, now I can cd into front end. And here in front end also. And first I need to do npm I to install all the dependency. And then I can just say npm run dev. When I run dev, it will open in this port, which is 5000 blah, blah, blah. So if I go now to this one, I have hello, everything is working, which is nice. So let me just put this guy here. Where is it? Where is it? This guy here, and maybe I need Postman, I don't know. Let's go here. Okay, that's fine. Now, what do I want to do? Let's first check what package do we have. Well, as you can see, I have Axios. Does anyone know what is Axios? Does anyone know what is Axios? So if you don't know what is Axios, Axios is the package. It helps us to send a request to the backend simply. So Axios is a very nice package. We've used it in the front-end Axios before, I think. So as you can see, that's my Axios here. And you can go to the documentation, but simply what it's doing here, if I want to send a request, all I have to do, it will make it really easy to send different requests. That's Axios. You can go through the example, but now we'll see it anyway. After that, we have React, we have React DOM, and we have React Router DOM. Anyone know what is React Router DOM? We should know, because we studied in the front end. So React Router DOM, it will help me to create different routes. For example, /home /register/ stuff like that. And that's what is important for me now. So I'm going to close this one. I'm going to the main. Now, if I'm planning to use the React Router DOM, and the guy online also, please share your idea. Because for me, I forgot the front end. I've not used front end for like 3-4 months. So I'm planning to use React Router DOM. So first, what do I need to do here in main? I need to import something called browser. So there is something called import, and there's something called browser, I think. Browser router, yes. So browser router, and I will not make it as a router. I will just make it as browser router. So what do I need to do here? I need to surround, or I need to put all my application inside this one. So I will treat it just like a component. And voila, and I'll close this one, and here I'll put this guy here, and that should be good. So first I'm gonna surround my app here, because that's the root app here. I'm gonna surround it with browser route, which will be the first step to use the React Router DOM. The second step, I need now to go to my app.js here, and I need to import few stuff. What should I import? We have something called routes and route, right? So I need to import routes, capital, routes like that, and also a singular. I need route. If my keyboard work again, route single one. I need to import it from React Router DOM. So okay, that's fine here. I'm gonna replace this one with div, just voila. And voila. And here after that, what I need to do here, I can now create different route. So I will use route plural, and inside it now I can create different route here. So what different route I need here? Well, what I need first, I need the home page, or maybe I name it books, actually, not the home page. So what I can name it here, I can just name it books, which I don't have currently. I need to create the second one here. I will need register like that. And then I need the register component. And also I will need a login. Let's just do this one here. I will need login. I will need logout even, because login like that should be fine. Now I need to create all these 3 components, which will be books, register, and login. So I need to go to my component here. I will create a new component, and I'll name it books like that, .gsx, and I need to create CSS for it, of course. So let's create my CSS, books.css like that. Okay, how can I create a component now? What was a shortcut to create a component? RASP. So let's just type RA. FSP. If I click on this one, it will create a component for me. I do not need React, but I need a prop type. Do I need a prop type for books? I don't think I need prop type for books. So let me just remove this one for now. I need to remove props here. So what should I do now in books? Well, let's see what we can do. First, I will need to import few stuff here. So of course, I will need to import. What do I need to import from React? I need to import use state from React. Also, I need to use use. What was the second one? Use state, and the second one use effect. I will need use effect as well, because I'm planning to send a request to get all the book from the backend. And before I'm doing that, I'm gonna open my compass. So where is my compass? Let's click on here. And in my compass here, it's connected. So let me go to my books here. I click on this one. I currently have 2 books, and I have 4 users, which is good. Just to see my books, voila. And let me just remove my compass close into here. Okay, now what should I do here? First, I need to create a piece of state. Why? Because here now I will try to render my books. So I need to create piece of state. So I need to say const and books, as you can see, set books, and here the default value for books, because it's multiple books, it will be an empty array, right? Okay, that's fine. Now, when I have my books and I know my books, it will be an array. What should I do? What should I do here? What should I do? when I have books and books, it will be an array. I can map through these books, right? So I can just say books dot map like that. And here, when I map, I will have, of course, a map is higher order function. I will have one book. And here, what I can do, I can just simply now return something. And this something here, it could be a single book. So I can render single book like that. Book, which I don't have this component yet. Book, yeah, I'm going to pass the book ID, but I don't have the book ID. Do I have the book ID? I have the book ID. So if I go to my compass, do I have the book ID?
Underscore ID.
No, it's not ID, it's underscore ID. Don't forget that. So I don't have ID, I have underscore ID like that. And I'm passing the book here, the object as a props to this component book. But I don't have this component book, so I need to create it. So let me create book like that. Book should be capital. Book.gsx. And I'm going to create the CSS for it directly. Book dot css like that. I'm gonna create the component directly here. So RAFCP, and I will have no, that's not the one I want to. No. RAFCP. I don't need the React from here. I will need the prop type because I am passing book. So I will have here, I can destructure it and pass book. Remember the book here, it will be an object. Because the book, it will be an object. Now here I can just say in the prop type, it will be prop type dot object. No, I don't want to use object. What should I use here? Prop type dot, we have something called shape, right? Because I'm planning to use an object. And inside the object, what property do I need? Well, I will have underscore ID, I will have title, I will have author, right? And also it will be string. What else do I have this? I'm not sure. So let me go back to here. I have category, and here let's just copy it, and I will have image. So I need to include all of them here. Category. Oh, come on. Category. Hopefully it's correct. And here I need image like that. And the image, it will be string as well. And voila, that here defined all my property here. That should be fine. Now, when I get the book here, of course, now I need to somehow create or render my element. To render my element simply, what I can do here, first I can create a div. And inside this div, now I can render my image. So my image, the source, it will be book.image. And I don't have also, I'm going to use a title. And then here, I can now use render, for example, the book title. I can give it H3, for example, H3. And here it will be book dot title. And what else do we have? We have category, maybe. Yes, the author, actually, it will be interesting. And also the category, it will be interesting. Voila. So I'm trying just to render my book and everything should be fine now. I will import also the CSS because I'm planning to use some CSS here. So dot slash, it's not books, it's single book dot CSS. Okay, let me go now to books. And now here, of course, I need now to import my components here, import book from book, and that should be okay, as you can see. Okay, that should be fine. Now I need to do something here. I need to send a request to the front end to get all the books, but how can I do that? Well, first I need to import. What's the package I use to send request? Axios. So I need to import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. Now here, of course, I will need to use effect. Why? To use effect. And as you remember, use effect here, it take a function as a parameter. And the second parameter, it will be an array. And here is array of dependency. What do I want? I want when my page is loaded, then I'm going to send the request. So here I will leave it as an empty array. So when the page is loaded, simply. And now, as you know, I cannot make this function as sync. So this function I am passing, I cannot make it a sync function. And I'm planning to send a request to the backend. So I need to create a function that will be a sync function. So I can just say const fetch or get books. It's equal to a sync function. So I'm going to create my function here. I think, and simply what I can do here, I can just now create my function. After I create my function, what should I do here? I need to do something after I create my function. I created my function here, but will my function work? So I need to call my function. So here I need now to call just get books like that directly in here. Okay, that should be fine. Now, because I'm using this one, I can use try and catch if I want to. And here in try and catch, simply I can just, for now, I just do this one. I'm not gonna do this one. Just if I have an error here, I can log some error. It is true. It is true. Which I don't know what you are saying. Excuse you state good. So now what do I need to do? Well, I can just say const response. Response, it's equal to await. And now here I can use Axios. And notice Axios make everything easy. I can just say get. What is the method to get all the book? Well, it's get. So it will be HTTP localhost, not 5,000, but 5,004. So if I go to my backend, my port is 5004/API/book, which should be good. And now what I'm going to do here, what I can do, let me not do this one. All I have to do now, let me just log the response. I want to see what the response look like. So click on that, and now, of course, I will see nothing because simply I'm not importing my books here. So I'm gonna comment these two so I don't get any problem here for now. And now here I can import my component books, should be fine. And now here, if I go to, yeah, the route should be passed. I should get my books here. So let me open my dev tool. And if I click on this one, it looks like I don't have a problem. Let's refresh. Well, as you can see now, what I am getting here, so that will be my response. My response here, what Axios is doing here, I don't need to parse my data. If you remember, when you use fetch, we need to parse your data. So I need to say response.json here. You don't need to do anything because Axios do all the job for you. But what's good thing I have something called status. So what I can do, I can check if status is 200. Then I can go to my data, as you can see, and inside my data, it will be array, and I will get my books. So my data are my books here. So what should I do here? Well, it's quite simple. Let's go to where is books here. And now I can put some condition here. You can just say if. What was the property? It was res.status, right? If it's 200, then I'm gonna change here, or I'm gonna set my book, which will be response.data, simply like that. Well, that's okay. That should be okay. Now here, if I go to my stuff here, as you can see, I have my both books. So I have the book 1, and then as you can see, I have book 2. But of course, it's not styled, it's nothing. Download the React Dev Tools. Actually, yes, I need to download the React Dev Tools. So React Dev Tools. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to click on this one, and I can just add it to my Chrome. Voila. After I add it here, and now what I can do, I can just go to this guy, and I should have React Dev Tools. So let me activate it. It's not activated. Yeah, it should be activated actually. Let's refresh. Now, as you can see, it show me it's during the development. Well, now here I can add some CSS maybe to, so as you can see, all the requests I'm sending to get my books here. So maybe I can add some CSS to a single book because it's really ugly. Now, what I'm going to do here, what should I do? So I have here, I can just I add a class. I cannot add a class. Of course, it will be class name. I can name it, for example, book-card, for example. And here in book-card, what do I want to do? So let me add a few property, I don't know. In book.card, I want to display flex. So let's say display flex. I will accept this result here. Anyway, it's a styling. You need to do it yourself. But as you can see, it gives me some stylings. They're not perfect, but fine for now. Actually, I want everything flex, direction column, yes, justify content, not space between, yes. Yeah, I'll keep it this way for now. I'll just keep it for this way. If I go to the book as well, now here, what I can do here, I will have multiple books here. So what I can do, I can give it a class as well. And here I can just say books, and just let's copy this guy. Let's go to books. This CSS. So you can do it yourself also. I want to display flex. I will allow wrap. So let's go now here, refresh. It's not what I want actually, so maybe you can inspect it. So I have books here, and voila. So let me go in here. In books, what I can do here, maybe I can display flex. Display flex. Yeah, actually it's working, but why here is not working? Display flex. Am I importing my CSS to here? Yes, I know. Well, no, I'm not importing. Thank you for telling me. So if I am not importing the CSS, how could it will work? Of course, it will not work. Import book CSS, and now it should be a little bit better if I am not mistaken. No, still not better. So this is the book here, which include 2 books, yes. Let's go to books here. We are importing books CSS, yes, and we have a class. We have a class called books. Click on this one, books, yes. Flex wrap. It should work actually. Justify content here. Let's just say center or something. I don't know. The CSS is not implementing for some reason. Anyway, you need to do the CSS stuff here like that. But that's okay. That's not the problem so far. Now what I need to do now, I need to create a navigation bar, right? Because if I don't have a navigation bar, I will not be able to navigate. So I have now here books. I want books, I want register, and also I want login and maybe log out when the user is registered. So how can I create a navigation bar? Yeah. I can create a component here. So here, let's name it navbar.jsx. And in here, I need to do navbar as well. So navbar, it's the same, CSS. So in navigation bar, what do I need to do? I need first to create my components. So FCP. I don't need any prop type. I'm not gonna pass anything to this one. I don't need that. And in here, I don't think I need the props. But what I need to do, I need to import my CSS here. So import navbar.css. Now, if you remember, when we are creating a navigation bar for React Router DOM, we had some nice stuff. So we need to import something. What was this nice stuff? Does anyone remember? So I have link, and I have, there's something else actually. I think it's called nav link, something like that. Import nav link. I don't think it's called nav link. Let me search for that. So say React Router DOM nav link and nav link and nav. Actually, it's nav link, yes. So if I go in here, and that's my link, I don't want the link, I want nav link. Actually, nav link is capital L, and that's the reason why it's giving me this one. So what's the difference between link and nav link? Well, if I use link here, I will not have automatically a class. If I use nav link, I will automatically have a class. And that's the reason why I'm doing that. So maybe I can change this one to nav tag here. So I can just say nav. Do we have tag in CSS called nav? Oh. I'm sorry, the HTML, do we have a tag called nav? No? We don't have nav? Of course we have nav. So here we have an order list, and here I'm gonna list some stuff here. And now let me just do this one for now, and I'm gonna just add some few stuff, and now I will just want to close it. Okay, what do I want to do here? I don't want home, I want books. And here maybe it will be capital. I want one for register, and I want one for login for now. Login, but login should be lowercase. Okay. Now for this one here, it will be just slash. I don't need exact. For this one here, it will be slash register. This one, it will be slash login. Login like that. And now here, all I need to do, I can now just import my nav into .gsx. So let me import my navigation bar. Import nav bar. Now, where I should put the nav bar? Should I put it inside the routes? Where I should put it here because I need to see it all the time. And now, if I go to my application, as you can see, I have very ugly navigation bar, but well, I need some CSS, as you can see. And notice by default, the first one is selected, which is called book. Now, when I click on this one, see, now I don't have any of these ones, so I don't have this component yet. But when I click on it, notice it's automatically being changed here because we have a class called active. So what I can do, I can go here and I can just say class active. I want to just give it a color, I don't know, color, some color. Maybe blue, it will be nice. Let's see. But yeah, now here it's been selected. If I click on this one will be selected, this one will be selected, and that's it. Let's try to style this guy a little bit. So what I can do here, actually, I can just copy this one here and ask ChatGPT to provide me with some styles. Of course, you need to write your styles, but I don't want to spend time on styles. Can you CSS to my component? Voila. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And here it tries some CSS for me. So I'm going to just copy paste it. That should be okay. And let's see if that worked. Yeah, it's nice, as you can see. So as you can see, it automatically I'll have books. Now what I need to do, I need to create a component for register and login. And when the user successfully registered, I should not allow the user to see register and login anymore. I'm sorry, when the user login successfully, I should not show these two. I should just show logout. That's it. And like that, my simple project for the front end will be finished. Of course, you can make your project as complex as you want for the front end. You can also use UI component. So we have a lot of different library like Chakra UI, component UI. You can use them. They are just predefined component. You can use them. It will make everything much better, and you don't have to add any CSS. It's totally up to you. But now what I need to do here, I need now to go to app.gsx, and now here I need to create the register and login because still I did not create both of them. So what should I do? I can create a new component, call it, for example, first let's start with register. Register like that, .gsx. I need to create CSS for it anyway. So register like that, .css. And in register, I need to create a component, of course, FCP. I don't need any prop type for register. I don't need, so let me remove this one. And let me remove this one here. Well, okay, now in register, what do I need in register? Well, when I click on register, I don't want the title because, I mean, that's not important. When the user try to register, I will need to create a form, right? So what can anyone tell me, how can I create a form? So I'm just gonna create a form like that. And what should I include in the form in register? So I will need email, I will need password, and I will need repassword. So here I will just choose this stuff here. So remember, we cannot use for here in React. We need to use HTML4. And HTML4, the first one is not for name, it will be for email. The type here, it will be email. And ID here, I need to, come on. Here, it will be email. And here, the name, it will be email. The name is quite important, and the ID is important because if I don't use ID, I cannot use HTML4. And here, I can just add email. Okay, I have email. The second one, it will be password here, so I can remove this one and then make it for password as well. And here, the type of password, what it will be? Well, of course, it will be password. What is the name? ID? It will be password, and name, it will be password, nothing biggie. And the third one here, it will be repassword, as you know. So yeah, HTML4. Let me just make a little bit space between them so I can see them. Voila, that should be fine, I suppose. Okay, so this one here, it will not be for password. Actually, it will be for re-password. Re and password like that. And the re-password, the type, it will be password, but the ID, it will be this one, and the name, it will be this one. And here I can just use type submit, and that should be fine. Okay, so I need a lot of stuff here. So let me import few. What do I need to import? First, I'll need to import from React few stuff. What are these? What do I need to import? I need to use useState, right? So useState is very important. So I need to import useState. And yeah, I can import also my CSS. So let me import my CSS now here. Dot slash. What the name is? It's register. So let's do register. Dot CSS. That should be fine. So now in useState, I will need a few stuff here. I need first the email, as you can see, email and set email. Remember, the email is just a string. I will also need the password, and also I will need the repassword, which should be fine. Also, maybe I can include an error. So in case the user try to click on register without filling this form and stuff like that, I can show him a message. So here I can just say const error and set error, and here it will be this one as well. So the error, I can just put it here, maybe in this one here. So how can I render the error? How can I render the error? Any idea? So I can just say error, and right? And here I can just create a div or whatever I want to, and it shows the error here. And here I can even give it a class here, a class error, and then you can style it after that the way you want to. So that's what we call conditional rendering. That means if the error here has a value, I'm gonna see the error here. If it does not have a, so if it's truthsy, I will gonna see it. If it's falsy, I'm sorry, if it's falsy, I'm not gonna see it. If it's truthsy, I'm gonna see it. Is empty string truthsy or falsy? Of course, falsy. That's the reason why I'm not gonna see it. But when I change this set error, it will be truthsy, because any string except the empty string, it will be truthsy, and I'm gonna able to see this one. That's fine. So now what do I need to do here? Well, what I need to do here, I need to add a few more property here, if you remember. So maybe I can make it, I can add a require if I want to. And also, what is the value here? Can anyone tell me what's the value? What will be the value? What the value will be? Email. So if the value here, it will be the email. And here, when the user tried on change, so when the user types something here, what should I do? So on change, what should I do? So what do I do in change? When the user try to do type something, I will pass a function here. I will take the event, and here I need to set the email to event.target.value. You forget everything, I see. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, but I didn't use React for 3 months too. Okay. Let me add this property here. Of course, I need to change this property, but I need to add for all of them. So here for the password, of course, the value, it will be password, as you know. And here, when there is a change, I can just say set password. and it will be event.target.value. Here it will be a re-password, as you know, re-password. And when something happen, I will just say set re-password and event.target.value, and that should be good if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Rodica.
The titles you didn't write. Re-password and the password.
I need?
933.
Okay, you are right. I suppose, yes. So, yeah, give me a second. So here it's email. Actually, you are right. It's email, and here should be password. Password, and here I just need to name it re-password. You're right. Re-password. Of course, you can name it whatever you want to. Okay, let's go here. I'm still not done because still I need to create a lot of stuff. Now, with the form here has an event on it. Can anyone remind me what is the event on the form? What is the event on form? It's called on submit. Forget again. On submit, I will take the event, and then now I can call a function here, which what should I name this function? Maybe I can say submit form. And here I'm passing the E. Of course, I don't have submit form, so I need to create my function here. So call submit form, and voila, here it does not need to be a sync function, of course. No, I can just pass my E here, and that should be fine. So what will be the first step? What should I do first? And remember here, I am inside the form and the bottom is type submit. So what should I do? So when I click on the bottom, it will automatically try to submit my data to the backend. And that's not what I want. What should I do to prevent this default behavior? Event.prevent default. So I need to just say event.prevent default to prevent the default behavior. Come on. Default like that. And voila, that's my, just to prevent the default. And after that, what I need to do here, now I can check the value here. I can check if there is email, password, and repassword. And also I can check if the password and repassword match both of them. So what I can do here, I can just say const is match. I can validate email. By the way, the validation is not done only on the backend. I can do it. I must do it actually in the front end, but I'm not gonna do any validation. But you should do this validation. I'm just gonna check. One thing is match. Passwords. So I'm gonna just check if my passwords are the same. On here, I'm just simply. Okay, is match password. I'm just checking if both password are the same, and here I can just say if email. I need to have email and password match, and password match. So if all these conditions are true, what should I do? I should do something. That means I have my data. Okay. Do I have any problem here? No, I don't think so. So let me just do this one. If all of them are true, I need to do something. If they are not true, I need to do something else here. So if they are not true, what I can do here, I can just change my error message. That's it. For now, that should be enough. So if I don't have the email, or I don't have the password, or I don't have the repassword, or the password and repassword are not the same, I'm gonna set the error to some value, and I say invalid input, and now it will show me my message here. But if I have all of them, and what I can do here now, I should send something to the backend. Can anyone tell me what is this something? So what should I do? First, I need to import something called Axios, right? Guys, I have the email, I have the password, I have the repassword, and the password and the repasswords, I have all the value. When I grab the value from the EGS, what I do after that? I have the value in the front end. Now I need to create a new user. What should I do? Come on. I need to send a request to the backend. Why? Because I need to create a new user. Simply like that. So what I can do here, I can just say const response. It's equal to, actually here I need to be a sync function. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it need to be a sync function because I'm planning to use Axios. But anyway, so here let's go to this. Now here I will use await Axios dot post. In register it was post the method, so it will be HTTP localhost 5004, and it was API/register if I am not mistaken. And of course now I need to pass some data here, so I need to pass my an object, I think, yeah, with email and password here. And also I need to send something else. Can anyone tell me what is this something else? I don't need this one, I think. What do I need? So if I try to send it this way, it will not work actually. Any idea why? What the hell is the error here? Can anyone see the error? Let me just delete this one for now. And let me just close this one for now, so I don't have this error here. And now here, of course, I need to pass my data here, email and passwords. That should be fine. But I will need to pass something else. Can anyone tell me what it is? It will be another object. Okay, if I go to my backend now, remember, if I go to my backend and I go to the index.js, I have this guy here, which is course or origin. This one, a credential is true. So what I need to do here, actually, I need to add another property here. If I don't add this property, it will not allow me to send a request. And the property, I think, if I'm not mistaken, credential, something like that. Use credential or something, use. I don't remember. I need to Google it. Say Axios, use credential or something, credential, voila. So if I say make Axios request automatically, and yeah, with credential, yeah, I need to say with credential true. And now here I just need to say with credential, and it should be true. Voila. So that's normally what I'm going to do. Each time I'm going to send a request, so the first step here I'm send, it will be my URL. The second one, it will be my data. And actually here I need email, password, and I need something else, which will be password, because I'm trying to register. And then here I need to add another object with credential true. So why is that? Because I am adding to my server Axios and I'm saying credential true. That's the reason why I need to add it. Well, for now, let's try to log. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to log the response just to see my response. So let's just do the response like that. And yeah, I'm not going to do anything else. So let me go to app.jsx. What should I import here? Import register, right? And now here I have to do this the register one, so I can just uncomment it. No, I should uncomment it. So I can remove this guy here, and I can remove this guy here, and that should work, I suppose. But I have the second route. Let me delete this one. Still, I'm missing something. What it is? Yeah, it's slash, and I need to close it. Okay. And here it shouldn't be about, it should be register. So whenever I go now click on register, it should take me to, it should render this component, which is register, but I need to make sure that in my navigation bar, it's register as well. Otherwise I will have a problem. So let me go to my navigation bar, and here slash register should be good. So let me go to my code and see if I have any error or something. Well, I have million. Refresh, I shouldn't have anything. If I click on register, as you can see, I have my form here. Of course, it's ugly and stuff like that. But anyway, I will click on network here and click on this guy here. And let me clean that guy. Now, if I click on this one here, as you can see, it will show me some message field, all the field, because I did require. So I need to add an email. Let's add an email which does not exist, gggo, for example, at gmail.com. And in here, I'm gonna pass the password, which will be user 1234 exclamation mark, and repassword here, which will be also user 1234 exclamation mark. And now let's click register. And as you can see, I am sending a request. As you can see, I'm sending a request to the backend, and it's giving me a response. What is the response status here? What is the status code? 201. What 201 mean? That means I successfully create a user. And now what I did here, actually, I just log the data here. So, okay, what should I do now? Well, I need to check the status also. If the status is too okay, and as you can see, it return me my data here. Password is being hashed and everything. Now, when the user is being registered, what should I do? I need to redirect to login. So I need to redirect the user to login. So that was successful. Everything is fine. Let me go back to register in here. And in this case, if it's successful, what I can do here, I can just say if res.status 200. So what I can do actually here, I can set everything to, so I can empty everything, set the error, empty the email, empty the password. So I'm gonna empty all the field, which is great. And here, I don't want to alert. Actually, I know I need to do something else. I need to redirect to login. But what if the status is not like that? Well, I can here else. No, if it's not successful, I can now change set error and I say invalid input or something went wrong, try again, whatever. That's fine. Now, what I want to do now, I need somehow to know how can I redirect to login, /login. But how can I redirect to /login? Remember, we are in React and we are using React Router DOM. So I need, we have something called, if you remember, how we can navigate programmatically. So we have something called use navigate. Do you remember it? Okay, let's try to remember it then. So now here I can just import use navigate like that, and it's coming from React Router DOM. And what I can do here, I can just say const navigate is equal to use navigate. And now what I can do at this point here, now I can navigate if I am not mistaken. So all I have to do now, I can use navigate to /login. And let's see if that will work or not. Remember, currently I do not have login. So I'm click on this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a login, but I will just add simple stuff. So let me add login like that. Login. Oh, come on. Login. I don't have currently the component. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to render H1 here. Oh, come on. No. So I can render H1. And here I will just say, just login like that. Voila. Okay, let's try to go in here. Let's refresh this guy. And let's see if that will work or not. No, never. Let's try with a new name. Of course, I've already used GeoGeo, so let's try to use yeah, Imra. Imra at gmail.com. And in here, I will just use the same password, user1234 exclamation mark. Same idea. User 1234 exclamation mark. Let's click on this one. And as you can see, I have invalid input. That means I have something wrong probably with my password. I did not enter it correctly. So notice that I have the message. When something go wrong, I have the message here. Of course, you need to style it, make it nice. But let me make sure I am importing the password for user 1234 exclamation mark. And here again, user 1234 exclamation mark. And let's try now to register. Click. Uncode error request failed with status 400. That means I have a problem here. Let's try with another email. ggg@gmail.com. Now here I'm just gonna user. The problem with the password, my keyboard does not user 1234 exclamation mark. Hopefully this time it will work. So if I click no, it's invalid input. What happened? That's strange. Let's notice that it does not look like. Let me just click on the payload. No. Actually, everything is fine. Everything is correct. I have a problem in the code, so it's creating a user correctly. So let me go to register again. What I'm doing here. So if rest.status is 200, yes. What should I do after that? I'm emptying everything and then I'm navigating to this slash login, which should work actually. But it show me the message for some reason. Well, let's let's just I will type something here. Just I will log user create successfully user users register successfully or something like that. If that works, that means I actually have a problem in my register. I need somehow to figure something out. kkk@gmail.com, and here's the password: user 234 exclamation mark, and in here user 1234 exclamation mark. Let's try to register. It does not log anything. It is successful, but it does not log anything. It looks like I have a problem somehow, somewhere. Yeah, because
the status, yeah,
the
201.
status code is not 200, it's 201. That's it. Oh, that's so great. Thank you for letting me know. Let's create another user. Let's say FFF, whatever. f@gmail.com. You need to be careful sometimes with status code because I was expecting 200 and in reality it's not 200, 201. User 234 exclamation mark, and again user 1234 exclamation mark, and let's cross finger, and voila, as you can see, the user is being created, registered successfully, and I'm being redirected to login successfully, and that's great. Now what should I do after that? Well, now I need to work on the login. Yes, so now I need to work on the login. But before working on the login, maybe it will be a good idea to take a short break. After that, I will do the login, and maybe we'll do the logout. And after that, I give you time to work on your own project. Okay, guys? Okay, so what's the problem now here? The problem is with the login, I don't have any form for the login, so I need to create a form for the login, just like register. So let's go now. Let me just close this guy here. And let me go to, before I go to the, can anyone tell me why when I go to books, I'm sending 2 requests and not 1? So as you can see, we are sending 2 requests. Why? Why not 1? What's the reason? Yes, you should know. So the reason for that is in the main. If I go to the main, we have something here. When you do something, it will make it twice. That's only during the development. If you do production, it will not do twice. But what is this stuff? I explain it in the front end. So it's a strict mode here. When we use strict mode here in the front end, it will make the request 2 times. Every time you do something, it will do it 2 times. If you want to prevent that, you can remove the strict mode, but it's a good idea to keep the strict mode for development. And when you push to production, it will not ask you 2 times. It will just do it 1 time. That's the reason. Okay, so let's go to our component now. And now here I need to do the register. I'm sorry, the login. Login.gsx. And I can copy the name here. And voila, that's my login. And in here, I need to create also login.css. Let me go to login here, and I need to create a component, RAFCP. I will not need any prop type. I will not need props, and also I will not need prop types. Okay, so what do I need in the login? Obviously, I will need few stuff. So I will need from React, what do I will need? Use state. And maybe also I will need Axios to send a request. So import Axios from Axios. Come on. Axios. And yeah, that should be okay for now. I suppose, let me import also the CSS. Dot slash, it was login dot CSS. Whenever you are importing any file, which is the extension is not GSX, you need to, or GS, you need to add the extension here. So CSS, you need to add .css, otherwise it will not work. So what do I need to do here? Well, same idea. I will need to create a form. And in form, currently I don't need the action. Let me get rid of the action. In the form, of course, now that will be a little bit simple. Why? Because simply, when I'm trying to, what the hell is that? No, that's not what I want to. Let me go to register and let me copy some of this stuff. So I'm gonna copy one of those. Actually, I can copy both. So let me copy these two, and I will need to submit anyway. Login. I have submit. Let me get rid of this one. Let me add these two. Yeah, so I have here email and I have password. I don't need repassword, of course. I have a button and it's inside the form. And of course, here I need to create a few pieces of state. So I will need const email and I will need const password. And also it would be a good idea to add an error. So const error, set error. And here I'm setting it to an empty string. And that should be okay. So the value here is email, the value is password, everything should be fine. What I need to do here, I need to render the error. How can I render the error? How can I render the error? Well, I need to render it conditionally. So error, and I can create here a div, for example. And let me just create a div. And inside the div here, now I can render my error. Why do we call it conditional rendering? Why do we call it conditional rendering? Because it will be rendered, it will be seen conditionally if the value of the error is true. See. Okay, that's good. Let's go to in here. Everything I added on changes already there, both of them. Now I need to go to the form and I need to have a function which is called on. What's the event? On submit. And on submit, I need the event E. And here I can now here, let's just say submit. Submit form or something. You can name your function whatever you want to, and I'm gonna pass the E. Of course, I don't have this function, so I need to create it. And it will be a sync function also. Why? Because I need to send a request to the backend. So what will be the first step I need to do? Remember, I am inside the form and type of button here is submit. So what should I do the first step? I need to prevent the default. So I will just say e.prevent default. So the default of the form, when you are inside the form and the button is submit, it will try to submit directly your form to the backend. That's not what I want to. First, I'm gonna prevent it. And then after that, I can check if, of course, for you, you need to add two functions here to validate the email and the password. And you can take this function actually from the backend and add them here to your TL folder and use them. I'm not gonna do that, but you should do that. So what do I need to do here? I can just say if I have the email and I have the password, then I'm gonna proceed. Of course, if I don't have either the email or the password, so what should I do? Well, I can just show an error message, and here I can set error to invalid inputs, for example. Here you can do whatever message you want, it's fine. Now here, if I have the email and password here, now I need to send a request to the backend. Why? Because I will try to log in the user. So how can I log in the user? Well, it's quite simple. I can just say const response, it's equal to await. And here I'm using Axios dot, and the method is post as well because I'm trying to post the user. So if I, yes, you were with me? There's a question? Because if I go to the route and go to user, as you can see, both of them are post here. Okay, let me close this one. Let me go back to my login. And here I need to pass the URL, of course. So the URL, it will be HTTP localhost 5004. You can save this base URL in file, and after that import it here so you don't repeat it again and again. But API user, no, I don't have user, so I have API/login. And the second parameter here, of course, it will be an object, and inside this object, what should I do? What should I pass inside this object? I need to pass the email and the password, and also I need to add another object. Can anyone tell me what was the property? So I need to say with credential, and I need to make it true. Why with credential true? Well, simply because, again, if I go to my backend, I go to the index, I have this course, and here I'm saying credential true. So whenever I'm using Axios, I need to pass this value here. And you may tell me why with get we did not do that. Well, with get, you don't need really to do that. You can add it, but you don't need to. But with post, you need to do that. Post, update, delete, you need to do all of them. Okay, now here, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to log for now. I'm going to log the response. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to log the response for now. So that should be fine. Now let's try to go to my app.jsx. And now here I need to import what? I need to import login. And after I import login, now here, of course, I'm not going to render this guy. I'm going to render my component here, which will be /login. Login should be uppercase. Login. And here I need to close it. And it looks like I have some error. Let's see. No, nothing. So let's try now to go to refresh that, and let's go to login. And now if we go to the login, as you can see, we will have two fields. And now let me add, first I need to go to my campus here and find any user I have. I have Sam, as you can see, and my password for all of them is the same. So let's use sam.js. So I'm going to use sam at gmail.com, and the password here, it will be user 1234 exclamation mark. And now here, let's just click on login. And as you can see, the login is successful. If I go to the console, I have my data. The status is 200. It's perfect. That means I log successfully. And the data, as you can see, I have the data, which is called the message here. Login was successful. Well, that's cool. So what should I do now here? Well, I can just go back to my login. And in here, after this one is successful, I can add few check here. So just say if res.status, how much was the status? 200. So if it's 200, now I can redirect to /books. But in order to redirect to /books, and also I can empty the email and the password. So let me empty the email, set email to an empty string, set password to empty string. And now here, all I need to do, I need to redirect. So to redirect, I will need to import something from React Router DOM. What it was? Use navigate, right? Use navigate. And in here, of course, I need to just say const navigate is equal to use navigate. And now here I can just go in this place. Where is it? And here I can just say error also. And then here I can just navigate to /. And if that was successful, of course, and now here, when I log in, it will redirect me to book. So let's try it. Now here, let's try to log in again. I will just use sam at gmail.com. And in here, I will add my password. 1234 exclamation mark. If I hit enter, and voila, as you can see, I was successfully able to log in. And if I check my application, if I go to cookies, click on that, as you can see, I have my token here. Everything is fine. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to click that. I'm going to go to my backend. In the backend, if I go to controller, if I go to user, when the user is being logged in, I am passing a message here, which will be just say, that's it here. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass actually back user exist. So I don't want to pass this message. I want to pass user exist, user exist. And user exist, of course, it will be an object. And because it's an object here, I can pass it to JSON. So let's try to do it again. Actually, let's try to log in again. And let's do some. I'm going to remove this token. Voila. Refresh. And now here, I will try to log in again. So sam.gmail. And here, what I'm going to do, before that, I need to go to my front end. And here I want to log in when status is like that. I want to log the response.data to see if I'm getting my data or not. That should be good. Let's go back, refresh again. Add some user 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation mark. And now if I hit login, and now if I go to the console, yeah, it's look like I have a problem with something here. Let's try again. Refresh. Some. I don't have any cookie, right? No. And here's the password should be user. Yes, of course, user. 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation mark. Login. And when I'm logging here, if I go to the console, as you can see now, I'm returning the user. So actually, I have user email, as you can see, and also I have the user ID, as you can see. So now what I can do, maybe I can make something useful for, I can save, for example, the user email, or I can save the user ID if I want to. In somewhere, I can just save it here, maybe in the local storage if I want to. And like that, if I know the user ID, I can show here something, say, for example, welcome, and the email sam@gmail.com. So let's try to do this one here. So whenever we have our data, it will be an object, remember. What I can do here, I can just use, for example, local storage. Let's just use local storage.set item. And here I can save the whole user if I want to. But maybe it's a good idea not to save the whole user. Maybe I can just use underscore ID. And here I can just say user data. So res.data.id. Also, I'm going to save in the local storage the user email. So that's all I need. Okay, let's go here now. I just need to remove the log. Do I have log? No. So what did I do here? I just saved 2 items in the local storage with the user ID and the user email because I will need it later on. So let me go now to the application here, delete this guy here, and try to log in again and see if everything is fine. So let's do user, user 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation mark and login. And when I log in now here, if I go to local storage and click on this one, as you can see now, I have the ID and I have the email, which is nice. Now, what do I want to do? Okay, so maybe I can now go to here and in the book component. So let's go to the book component. That's my book component. What do I want to see here? Maybe I can just also show the email here. Say, for example, welcome user or something like that. So in order to do so, I can just use fragment here. And the reason I'm using fragment here because I need to have just one parent. So now here I can, inside this div, what I can do, I can just say div. And in here, I can just grab the value here. So maybe I can say, I can just say const email, for example. Email, set email like that. And here, when we are loading the page in use effect outside of this function here, well, I can just say, yeah, const email. No, I can just say set email to local storage.email, and I should have the email here. And now here I can render my email conditionally. And what I'm gonna do here, and I can just see if there is email like that, and here I can just use a div, And in this div, maybe I can just suggest email. On here, I'm gonna add hello. Voila. In reality, maybe I don't need this div at all. So it's extra div. That should be fine. Let's try to see if that will work. As you can see, say hello sam at gmail.com, as you can see, which is nice. So I'm able to log in, I'm able to do all of that. But for some reason, when the user is logging, I need to not show him register and log in. I need to show him log out now. And also maybe I can show him also add book. So when the user is logged in, I should allow him to add a book, and I should remove these two stuff here and I add log out. Yes? So how can I do that? So let me go to my navigation bar again. And in here in navigation bar, maybe I can add another one here. And here I can just add to not log in, but log out. Log out. And here it will be log out. Log out like that. And also I will need to add book. Book here. So let's just name it add. Yeah, let's just name it /add or add book, whatever you want to name it. And let's just say here add book. And that should be fine, I suppose. And now what I can do, I can now go to my app.jsx, and I need to add more route. And this route here, it will be /. So I can take this guy here, and I can add like that. Here it log out. And here I don't have logout currently, so I'm gonna just render H1, for example. And I could just name it logout. That's it, log out. I need another route for what? I need another route for what? Yes, for add book. So pass here, it will be add. And here I can just say add book. We will not do the delete and update now. It should be enough just to add here for now for this project, but later on I will add. No. Yeah, it looks like my stuff is finished. But now I need to figure out when the user is logged in, I need to hide some of these navigation item and show them. So it must be conditionally, because it doesn't make sense if the user is not logged in to show him add, for example, book. So I need to figure out how can I do that. Okay. Okay, let's go here to our application now. And as you can see, I have a lot of stuff here. So if I say log out, it will take me to log out. Add book, it will take me to add book. Login is taking me to here, and book is taking me here. But now I need somehow to be able to show this one conditionally. So what could be the solution? Any idea what could be the solution? Hmm?
What was the question?
So the question is, if the user is logged in, I should not show these two in my navigation. I should not, of course, this one here will stay. But if I go to my navigation here, if the user is logged in, I should show him books. Of course, all the time I'm showing the books. I should show him log out, and I should show him add book. If the user is not logged in, I should not show him log out and add book, right?
Yes.
So that's the logic. But how can I do that? Well,
The class, adding class.
No, maybe there is another way. Actually, let me try to search it because I've never done that so front end. So let me see. I don't remember. Maybe we can search for that. So what I can do, I can just take my component here and I can go to ChatGPT, and in ChatGPT here, I can ask the question. I want to hide, register and log in if the user is logged in and show show logout and add. So let's see here. Let's see what suggestion it will give me. To hide login when the user is logged in. Okay, what we can use state here. Is logged in or not? Yes, and here I can render it conditional. Well, so what's telling me here? Well, all you need to do here, well, you need to create a piece of state here, and this piece of state here, it will be user logged in, and here set logged in, and by default it will be false. And here, what you can do here, you can render those conditionally. So if it's not logged in, you will show that, and if it's logged in, it will show that. So let's try to do that here. So I can copy this one here, just so I don't have to type everything. So let me go here, paste this one. And as you can see here, we have is logged in. So it's a variable here. We are running it conditionally. If logged in here, if it's not logged in, I'm going to show him register and log in. But if it's the opposite, then I'm going to show log out and add. But now here, I need to create piece of state here. So it will be const I can say is logged in or not, use state here. And what I can do here, I can actually use something here, which will be, so let's try to import use effect. Import, and need to use state, and also I will need use effect. Can anyone tell me why do I need to use effect? Why do I need to use effect? So here what I can do, I can just now, after I created this one, I can now use effect, and here, when the user is, what I can do here, I can just check local storage. If local storage dot get item underscore ID, so if it exists, I'm gonna set logged in into true. If it does not exist, so yeah, I need array of dependency, so that should be good. Is the idea clear here, what we are doing, guys, or not? So again, now when I log the user in, as you can see, I've saved 2 items in the local storage. I've saved underscore ID and email. Now, if I have underscore ID now in the local storage, that means the user is logged in. But if I don't have it, that means the user is not logged in. So what I can do? Well, I can just go to my navigation bar here. In my navigation bar here, I will have a piece of state, is logged in, set is logged in. So by default, the user will not be logged in. Now, this navigation bar, when we render our main page here, slash, we will have the navigation will be rendered. And when we use effects, that mean, and we have array of dependencies empty, that mean when we add this component, and we are adding this component, we are checking if the local storage has this item, that means the user is logged in. If it does not have it, that means the user, it will not be logged in. But actually, maybe I can do something else. Hello. I will need to refresh actually. When the user is logged in, I need to refresh, because when I refresh this one, it will be added here, and then it will check this one. So what do I need to do? I need to go back to login. And now here, after I navigate to this one, how can I refresh? I need to refresh my page. Refresh page. And Windows dot, maybe it will work. So let's try to do this one. Why I am refreshing? Well, I am refreshing because when the user is logged in, I'm navigated to this one. I want to reload. Why I want to reload? Because when I reload this navigation bar here, this function inside, or this code inside use effect, it will be executed, and it will check if there is underscore ID in the local storage. By the way, the local storage, if you refresh or you don't refresh, the value will stay there if there is a value. So let's try to test it actually. to see if that will work or not. So as you can see, because the user is logged in now, I can see books, log out, and add books. But now what we can do here, we can go to the local storage. Now, if I delete this item, notice if I delete this item, what will happen? So if I delete this item and I refresh my page, notice now I have books, register, and login. So now let's try to log in and see if it will work or not. I can use Sam again. And here, if I add the password, so let's say user 1234 exclamation mark. If I hit enter, my page is being refreshed, as you can see. And when it's refreshed, it will add this underscore to my local storage. And then I will know that I have an ID. And as you can see now, I have logout and I have add book. Is the idea clear? Now what I need to do, I need to work on the logout and the add book, and my project should be done. You can also add here update book. You just need to create a form, or delete book also if you want, but I'm not gonna do that for now. So let's go now to our two stuff here, which will be logout and also add book. So let's start with the logout because it's the easiest. So I can just say logout.gsx. Online guys, are you with me? Online guys, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, log out, and here it should be .css. Okay, now let's go to the logout here, and I need to create a new component, RAFCP. Do I need anything? No, actually, I don't need anything for the logout. I just don't need any props. So let's see what we can do here. When the user click on the logout, what should I do? Okay, so what I can do here is the logout. Actually, I don't need any GSX for logout. When the user do that, but I will need a piece of state here. So what I can do here, I can just say const. I'm sorry. I need to import. Use state and use effect. Use effect here. Where is my use effect? Voila, in here. Okay. Now, what do I want to do here? Well, quite simply here, I can just use my use effect directly. And now, inside my use effect, what I'm going to do, just a second, let me just finish this one. Voila. So what do I need to do here? Well, I need to go to local storage and I need to remove, but token is not in the local storage actually. I cannot do that. What I need to do here, I need to send a request to the backend actually. So I need to send a request to the backend to log out the user. But what I need to do here, I need also to clean these two items, which will be ID and email from my local storage. So how can I do that? Well, I don't need this guy here. So what I need to do now, I can just say, what do I need to log out? I need the user ID to log out, right? I don't know. Let me click on this one here. No, I don't need anything actually to log out. So I need to import Axios here. So let me import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. And now all I have to do here, because I'm using Axios, let me just create a function here. I don't need use state as well. I just need the inside the use effect. That's it. So I will create a function and I will name it const log out. Logout is just one word, logout. And logout here, it will be a sync function. Why it will be a sync function? Because I'm planning to send a request to the backend, and of course I need to execute it. Voila, just like that. And now here, what should I do here? Well, simple. I just need to use Axios, so I can use try and catch if I want to. It's fine. I can just say axios.notget.post because logout is post as well. And now here, what I need to do, I need to send the correct one, which will be localhost HTTP localhost 5004. And here API, yes, I don't have auth, I have just log out. I don't need to pass any data actually to log out here. So empty, but with credential true. So as you can see, I am passing here empty objects. That means I don't need to pass any data because here I just want to log out, but with credential, I need to make it true.
And after that here, I can just say windows.location. I can move this one here, or maybe I can actually use navigate, would be even easier. So I can just say import, use navigate, use navigate from React Router DOM, and here I can just use navigate here. And if that's the correct here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to navigate to slash. But hook use effect has missing dependency. Navigate either include it or remove the dependency array. Just ignore it, it's fine. That should be fine. Now what I need to do also, so if I log out successfully, I'm gonna what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna navigate to this one. Actually, let me do something here. I need just to say const response. It's equal to await for this one, and here, if the user log out successfully, what will be the status? It will be 200, and I can now then navigate to not log out. I can just navigate to slash, and that should be okay. But I need to do something else. What should I do here? I don't need just to navigate. Before I navigate, I need to remove some value I stored in the local storage. What are these value? What did I store in the local storage? An email. So I need to remove these both here. So I can just say local storage dot remove item, which will be underscore ID. And here I need to remove the email. And now we will check, of course, if that's working or not. Ignore this guy for now. And now all I need to do now, I need to include my guy here, which will be the logout. So let me go to, where is it, app? And in here, I need to include logout, of course. Import log out. And in logout here, instead of this guy here, I'm gonna replace it with the logout. And here's slash logout. And I need slash like that. That should be fine. Add currently I don't have. So let's try to test this, guys, see if that will work or not. Refresh. Now, as you can see here, I have this one, and I need to go to my network because I'm going to send a request actually. So let's try to log out. And as you can see, when I log out, what's happening here, I've sent a request to log out, and I send a request to HTTP localhost 5004 API logout, and the status was 200. That means the user is logged out successfully. Now what I need to do also, I need to go to my application, and I need to check the local storage. Notice the local storage, I don't have anything anymore. I remove them. And also if I go to my cookie, the backend removes the cookie token, so I don't have any token anymore. And voila. Clear? Now I'm gonna log in again, and after that, all I have to implement just add book, and we should be fine. So yeah, but why it's like that? Shouldn't be like that actually. When it's log out, yeah, I need to refresh. I need to refresh the page, because if I don't refresh the page, it will not show me the navigation bar. So let me go to my code. Where is it? Log out. So after I navigate to this one here, what I need to do here, I can just say Windows, or so window.location.reload. Let's try to test it again. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna use some. And now here I'm gonna use user 1234 exclamation mark, click. And when I'm logging, as you can see, I have log out, which is good. I have add book, everything is fine. Now I'm just gonna go and check my stuff. Do I have to? Of course, I need to have token. So I have token, and if I go to the local storage, I should have two value, which will be the ID and the email. Great. Now let's try to log out. Now when I log out, my page is refreshed, and now I have register and login, and that's exactly what I want to. My local storage, I don't have the value anymore, and of course my token is being removed as well. Cool. So I just needed to refresh the page, that's it. Now what do I need to do? Well, let me log in and try to finish add form, and it should be fine. Amra, you're smiling, everything is good? Is there something problem, or you? No, okay, it's recorded, don't worry. User And here I need 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation mark, click, and now here I'm logged in. Now if I go to add book, as you can see, I have nothing, so I need to create this guy here actually. Ignore this guy here. Hook use has a missing dependency, navigate. You can add navigate, but I'm not gonna add navigate, just ignore it. So what should I do now? Okay, that's the last component. What should I do? Well, I need to create a component here, and it will be, what do we name it? Add what? Yes, so let's name it add book dot gsx, and I'm gonna copy this guy. And now here, that's my last component. Voila, dot css. So now add book, what do I want to do here? I need to say rafcp. I don't think I'm gonna need anything from here. I'm not gonna need anything from here, and I'm not gonna need anything from here. So I need to import few stuff before anything. I need to import use state. I need to import use effect because I need to send a request to the backend to add this book. So use effect. Where is use effect? Use effect. Voila. And also, whenever I add the book, if the book is being added, I want to redirect to slash. So I see all the books. So it would be a good idea actually to include import. What was the tool help us to navigate? Yes, use navigate. Actually, it's a hook. Use navigate and use navigate and use navigate coming from navigate, which is coming from React Router DOM. For now, that should be fine. And here, let me get rid of this prop because I don't need any props. Okay. For add book, I will need a form, of course. So you can add a title if you want to, but most importantly, I need a form. And in this form here, what do I need to add for a book? So what does the book need? I need a label, I suppose. And the label here, it will be for title, if I'm not mistaken. And in here, I will add title. And in here, I can just add an input. And the input here, it will be type text. And here, it will be require. Everything should be fine. What else for the book I need with the title? I need author, actually. Yes, true. And I need this, no. Well, I can go to see my module. I don't remember. So for book, I have title, I have author, I need category, and I have image. Click this one, and here let's just add a label. And this label here, it will be for category. And here I need to add category. That should be fine. Category, it will be string as well, so that will be the same. And to the last one here, it will be image actually. That should be good. And I need, of course, a button. I need to create a few pieces of state here. I can use navigate. Let's use navigate first. And here I can just say const title. And here I need author, I need category, and I need image. Everything should be fine now. Now what I need to do here, I need to add a value for the title. What will be the value for title? What will be the value for title? Title, of course. Title. I need to add value for author. And of course, it will be author. I need to add this one here, category value. It will be category as well. And then lastly, for the image, it will be the same idea, value. It will be image. Of course, I am not done. Why? Because simply here now I need to add an event, and the event, it will be on what? On change. On change here event, it will be set title event dot target dot value. I mean, it's not something biggie. I need to do the same for all of them. And here it's also on change. Yes, and on change here as well. And on change here as well. Should be good. Okay, now lastly, what I need to do here in the form, I will have on submit, as you know. So the event, it will be on submit, and in submit, I'm gonna pass the E, which is the event. And here I can just say submit form. I can name my function submit form or whatever you want to. And I'm passing E here. Of course, I don't have this function, so let's create this function. And voila. That should be good. I need Axios. Do I need Axios or not? Of course I do. I need Axios. And my function here, of course, it's async function, so I can use try and catch if I want to. That should be fine. Try and catch. If I have an error, then I will do something. I can also create another piece of state here, which will be error, as you know. Error, set errors, that should be fine. Now I can render my error conditionally. So what I can do, I can just say error, voila. And maybe I can make it div. It will be a little bit nicer, I think. Cool. If I have an error, all I have to do, I can just set the error to whatever the error I'm having. So I can just add any error. For example, I don't know, error adding book or something. Now, the most important thing, it will be here. So I can just say first, before all of that, actually, I forgot something important. I need to say event.prevent default. Prevent default, because the default behavior of the form, it will try to submit default. Okay. And now here, of course, if I have, I need to check if I have all of the values. So if I have title, if I have title, and let's use and. If I have title, author, and image, then I can do my stuff. If I don't have them, of course, I'm gonna do something else. Maybe let's just remove this one for now. So let's just do this one here. If I have it, I'm gonna do something, but if I don't have it, well, I can now simply just say all fields are required, something like that. Okay. And now if I have all these guys, what I can do here, I can just say const res, it's equal to await Axios dot post. I'm trying to post, really. Yes, 5004 API slash books. That's it, I think. And the second parameter here, it will be my data, and the data I am passing, it will be title, image, and everything. But of course, now I need to add something else. Can anyone tell me what do I need to add? I need to add another object with credential true. And voila. And here, what I can do, like when I'm adding a new book, what will be is a status code. If it's successful, it will be 201. And because I'm trying to add a book, so I can just say if status, if res dot status is 201, then here, if I add the book successfully, what I need to do here, I just need to navigate to slash. That's it. And to navigate to slash here, yeah, I don't need to reload. I just need to navigate to slash. That's it. Well, actually, let me reload my page to send another request. So I can just say windows dot location dot reload. And let's try to test my stuff before. I need to import it, actually. Import add book, voila. And now here I need to replace this guy with add book. So it will be add book, and I need to close it. That should be good. So let's see. Let's try to test my stuff here. Of course, if I go to, I'm not logged in. No, let's try to log in. Some, and in here I'm gonna use user 1 2 3 4 exclamation mark. And now I'm logged in. Let's go to add book, and as you can see, I have my form here. So now what do I want to do? Well, what I need to do, really, I need to go to my stuff here, and I need to add title. So let's search for a book. No, nice. Great. So we have game theory, and maybe I can just decline this one. So where is my game theory? So the name of the book is Game Theory. I'm gonna copy that. I'm going to here, and I will add game theory like that. Who's the author? So the author is where is it? Yeah, Brian. And after that, the category here, it look like it's science. I don't know, science like that. So I'm gonna add science, and here I need the URL. So what I can do here, I can just click on this book. Here, click on that, copy image address, and voila. And everything, if everything is fine, hopefully I will be redirected to slash. Click, and as you can see, I've been redirected to slash, and my book is being added successfully, but it's a very ugly book, as you can see. And voila, that's a project. Yeah, now it's your job to do that. I'm gonna stop the recording. If you have any question, you can ask now.